That sounds contrary, just like not building a cabin at first, because you just aren't going to know where the best place to get water from is. And even if you decide to dig a well, which is going to be the location that's going to be determined somewhat by the well driller. But the potential risk with that is that wherever the water is, you need to be a certain distance from your septic system or your bathroom or even your gray water. So I think it's 50 feet is the minimum distance between a gray water system. It might even be a little bit further than that from your septic or an outhouse in my case. So an outhouse, I don't want obviously my drinking water coming from within 50 feet of that outhouse. Now the other thing is I would build an outhouse. That's what I did on both of my last builds. I actually built an outhouse first alongside the bunkie so that I could not have to dig a hole every time I needed to do something. But I would suggest for most people you just have an incinerating toilet or a composting toilet, or just even a camp toilet that's got a holding tank that you can dump out, dig a hole and dump that out. Now I say that about the water not getting a well drilled because of the expense of it and not knowing exactly where you want it. If I have the option when I'm looking for a piece of property, I'm looking for 3 sources of water ideally. It would be nice to have and know that there's an aquifer underneath that you could drill into, or that there's water underneath the ground. Your water table's high enough that you can do a dug well or a sandpoint well. A stream or a spring is absolutely ideal. I have a stream that runs through. I have a couple of collection areas where there's ponds, and then directly across the road from my driveway there's a spring that's been in use, as far as I know, for at least 150 years. And the old hunters that hunt the property next to me, they've been hunting there for 70 years. They're in their 80s. They've been there since they were teenagers hunting. And they've tested that water, taken that into a municipality to have it tested periodically throughout the year. So I know it's good water. So that's my drinking water. And the bathing water and cleaning water and stuff just comes from the stream, typically, higher volume. Or in my case, and hopefully in your case, if you live in an area where there's enough water falling from the sky, rain and snow, then you can collect that in a tote or an underground cistern or something and use that as your drinking, cooking, cleaning water.